Hello friend, Jim here with JB's Big Adventure coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. Well, in this video I'm going to share with you the reasons why Barbara and I have decided to live in a gated community. But before I get to that, I'd like to encourage you, if you haven't already, to subscribe to the channel. It's real fast and easy to do. In the bottom right hand corner there's a little red box. Tap on it, you're subscribed, and you will know when our next video comes out. Also, give us a thumbs up. That lets other people that are looking for great videos about retiring to Lake Chapala be able to find. Okay, so let's get to the reasons why Barbara and I have chosen to live in a gated community. So the first one is safety and security. Now, we had not lived here yet. We had only visited. So the place that we live, actually, we saw one of the condos when we came down our first time, and we decided to rent a place on the first floor. So one of the reasons was safety and security. Also, we wanted a place where there's privacy. Now, although there are quite a few people that live here, there's still a sense of privacy because you're kind of out and away. You're away from all the regular neighborhoods. So privacy, extra privacy. There's also a sense of community. When you're around a lot of other folks, it gives you the sense of community, and you can make friends a lot quicker. And that was something else that we really like, to be able to be a place where there's a lot of people and we're able to get to know a lot more people. There's no solicitors, nobody coming and knocking on your door. We are away from the main street, so we don't have all the speeding cars. We really don't hear much of the traffic at all. Every once in a while we'll hear like an 18-wheeler actually gearing down, which you can kind of tell what they're doing, and you can hear that. But for the most part, we don't even hear what's taking place on the highway itself. Another neat thing is the integrated lifestyle and having a variety of amenities. And so some have like tennis courts, golf courses. Here we've got a pool and a jacuzzi, we've got a weight room, and there's like an all-purpose room. So there are events that we're able to be a part of that take place here. There's a high standard when you're inside of a gated community. And what I mean by that is, because of the HOA fees, it always looks really nice. I mean, our place always looks like paradise. And there's others I've also been to that also look very nice. So being inside of a gated community gives you the ability to be somewhere. You're not having to do any of the yard work and such. There are those that do it, but it's always nice. It's always pretty, always beautiful. I wake up every day gratified that I'm able to be moving, or I should say, be able to be living where we are, that we have moved here. So that high standard, it tends to where everything's in its place, and it just really looks nice. I always took joy at a previous house that I had a landscaper come in every other week and do like the mowing of the lawns and such. And I'll still remember there was times I mowed the lawn. It was just a really good feeling after I did the work, but it was a lot of work because it was a large area. But it's nice to know I can wake up every day and it's really beautiful around here, and all the shrubberies and the trees, everything's manicured. So that's a real plus on our book. Another nice thing is everybody speaks English. Now, granted, when we came here our first time and just to visit, there were a lot of people that spoke English that we were around. But one of the other nice things about being inside of a community, being inside of a gated community, and that is that everybody pretty much speaks English. That's a nice thing. Now, it isn't a nice thing is if all you do is you never go out. You never have the opportunity, or wanting to have the opportunity, of interacting with other people. That is really important. About if you're moving to Mexico, you want to embrace the culture. You want to accept what happens, and we're in their country. It's important for us to learn how to speak Spanish. Very important. So Barbara and I, we still work on that today. We try to get better and better at it. But that's something we like, trying to speak as much Spanish as we possibly can. Another item that we really like about where we live, and that is we're close to everything. When you're close to everything, you feel like you're centralized. So it isn't far at all to a mall, to all kinds of restaurants, to gas stations, to Oxxos, to Walmart. So it's really a close proximity, which what that does is makes it very easy to get to. So, and then it is not a huge long drive coming back. So the proximity of being close to everything is really a plus of one of the reasons why we chose to live where we live presently. And because of that, we have less noise. Very rarely do we ever hear a rooster. We hear a cow every once in a while. We've heard fireworks. Next door, there was a dog. We haven't, or I should say, in the next community, there's a dog, but we haven't heard the dog just recently. But when the dog is here, you hear it pretty much barking all the time. But for the most part, that hasn't been a concern or something that we feel like we have to deal with because of the fact that of where we're at. So the noise has never really been any kind of an issue for us. Another nice thing is it's easy to socialize with people. Well, they speak English, and because there's a large number of you in a certain area, it's easy to make friends. Whether it's at the jacuzzi, or whether it's at the gym, or whether it's at the pool, or whether it's other activities taking place, it's easy to make friends and socialize because of the fact that you do speak the same language. As if you're socializing in here, you do speak the same language. Everybody's kind of got the same ideas in their mind of why they live here. So there's a real positive aspect about being around that. Another thing, if you order something like from Amazon or another online service, it should be easier to get that. Now I caveat that because we've ordered some things and still haven't gotten them. But when you're at a place like this, it's a lot easier to get mail because there's a large group that's within the same complex. And we just have one of the numbers in that complex. So it'd be easier to get things. If things are being sent and we know that we'll be receiving them, it's easy for us to then get that package when in fact it's been delivered. We really like our manager. One of the reasons that we moved here was because we dealt with the manager only over the phone, and she's just a great gal, very fluent, bilingual, but we really enjoy and appreciate her. When something breaks down, it's easy for us to call her and just say, this thing's broken down, just need to have fixed. The dryer had broken down, and they had a service company come in and fix it. They came in and did something with the toilet one time. There was a couple times where our internet went out, and it was more of a thing where utilizing the router, but they still took care of it. So that is a nice thing about living inside of a gated community, especially when they have folks that help. And when it comes to maintenance items, this is one of the things I was also going to point out. When it comes to maintenance items, it's real nice to be at a place where that's included. You don't have to be concerned about paying something extra, because when there is a maintenance item, and that would also probably have to do with renting, that situation there. If you own, you got to pay for it, but if you're renting, you're able to get maintenance and things taken care of that you might not be able to otherwise, or maybe it would take a financial decision before you were able to do something like that. So that's also a great thing. Another big thing for us, because we only live on one Social Security check. I'm not getting what I understood I was going to be getting from Social Security. But one of the other things that's nice, and that is everything's all in one bill. We pay $650 a month. That includes everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Electric, gas, water, purified water, gardener. I know there's a lot of things that I'm even missing. But everything that we need, internet, high-speed internet, TV, everything you can think of. we pay $650. And since we've been here, we have found out that we are really on the low side of what we're paying for. The place that we're in right now normally rents for $1,200 a month, and we pay $650. Now, there are folks that are also renting their places here that have places also, and they're going from $850 to like $1,000 US dollars a month. So for $650, that's been a steal, and we really find that out when we've also looked at other places and compare prices and those kind of things. So being able to have everything in one price has been a real blessing for us. And as I mentioned, it's easy for us to make friends. I mean, I'm pretty sociable, and I like meeting new people and finding out about them and what their likes are and what got them to come to Lake Chapala, finding out what they used to do for a living, because mostly everybody's retired, what they did for a living, about their families and those kind of things. So when you're involved in a community, a gated community, you realize there's probably going to be some like things that other people have experienced or going through, whatever it may be. So the camaraderie for that is really a big thing. It's really a neat thing to be able to create those new friendships and relationships. So I think I got all of the items that I wanted to share with you about why, in fact, we chose to live in a gated community. And it's one of those kind of things that if you're somebody that likes to be more reserved, you don't have a real outgoing personality, I want you to know that you can also fit into a gated community. And I say that because I know there are people that live in gated communities and they do it because of the wall around them. They don't really want to embrace the Mexican culture. Barbara and I talk about this all the time, about the number of people that come to Mexico and want to turn this into the U.S., turn it into what their experiences are back home or even in Canada. Hey, this is a place to come and be able to unplug and be able to relax and enjoy life. Stop and smell the roses. The pace is different. It's a lot slower. So I hope this has been helpful. Those are kind of the ideas that I was putting together the last few days in regards to why, in fact, we live in a gated community. So I thought it might be a great thing for you to know about too, because there's quite a few gated communities here, quite a few. And I've not been in one yet that I didn't like. There's others that have their pluses and minuses and such. We like to feel that we've got one of the better ones that we're at. So that would be why we chose to live in a gated community. So if you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's fast, free, and easy to do. Bottom right-hand corner of the video. All you got to do is tap on it, red box, and you're subscribed, and you'll know when our next video comes out. Also, give us a thumbs up. That lets other people know it's a great video to watch in regards to moving and retiring to Lake Chapala. Stop by, say hi, ask us a question, talk about a video idea that you'd like to see. That'd be a great place to do it. And also make sure that you hit the bell. When you hit the bell, that immediately notifies you when our next video comes out, and you don't want to miss our next video. So with that, thank you so much for being a part of this video. Thank you for being a part of our community. Have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next video.